Right, we are on 4.3. Tourism in India is important for the country's economy and it is growing rapidly. The Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report 2019 has ranked India 34th out of 140 countries overall. Annexure C indicates the number of tourist arrivals in India as well as countries of origin of those tourist arrival. So we're going to get the number of tourists who are arriving in India and their country of origin on Annexure C. Now let's look at Annexure C there. So it says number of tourist arrival in India from 2015 to 2019 in millions. So whatever number we're reading here is in millions. So in 2015 it was 8,03 millions. 8,8 millions. So now before we skip along, let's just look at that number 8,03. So this 8,03 million. So this is how they are giving us the number. To get only the number with no words, we have to multiply by this word here. So this is 8,03 times 1 million. How many zeros is a million? 6. Okay, so then we calculate with a calculator and we say 8,03 multiplied by 1 and 6 zeros. So that's 1 million. And then we get 8,030,000. So most important countries from where the tourists come. I don't know why they called it most important countries. I don't think there's a country called most important. They could have just said top 5, top 6, whatever. Okay, so write down as a decimal the probability of selecting a tourist that comes from other countries. Okay, what is the probability? I know that they're saying write my answer as a decimal. I'm not worried about that yet. I just want to know first, what is the probability of selecting a tourist that comes from other countries? So, annexure. 18.7% is the probability. How do I write that? So I say probability is equal to 18.7%. Remember, we do write a probability as a percentage. And then they're saying we must write it as a decimal. How do I turn a percentage to a decimal? I remember that 18% is also 18.7 over 100, which is equal to 18.7 divided by 100, and that is 0.187. Did they say I must round off? No, they didn't. They just said write it as a decimal. So I'm done there with my 2 marks. Okay, so the next question says, state the trend in the number of tourist arrival in India from 2015 to 2019. So let's look at the numbers there. They are increasing from 2015 to 2019. The number of tourists increase gradually. Okay, so for 4.3.2, the number of tourists increase gradually. 4.3.3. For 2019, the total number of tourist arrivals in India was 10.93 million. Bobby states that more than 4,500,000 tourists who visited India in 2019 came from Bangladesh. Verify showing all calculations whether his statement is correct. So here, what is exactly is he saying? There's a lot of saying here. They're saying that the total number of tourists is 10.93 million. Number of tourists that arrived in 2019 here is 10.93 million. We know that. And then Bobby states that more than 4,500,000 tourists who visited India in 2019 came from Bangladesh. Now let's look how much. We are given a percentage, right, from Bangladesh, not a number. So first we have to go find the number and then we can compare it to his. So let's just pretend we don't know how many tourists are coming from Bangladesh, and then we do our own calculation. So tourists from Bangla is equal to, then we do the calculations, 10.93 million multiplied by 37.1%. Now, you don't have to write the number in full before doing the calculations. You can just change the answer. So what I'm going to do in this particular case is change the answer. And the answer is 10.93 times 37.1 divided by 100 gives me 4,05503 million. And then I'm going to multiply this by a million. Multiply this by 1 million. And then I get 4,055,030. Oh, I wrote it wrong. It's 4,055,030. That's it. Okay, so there's 4,055,000. He said there's how much? More than 4,500,000. No, the statement is incorrect according to my calculations. Even if my calculation is wrong, according to my calculations, the statement is incorrect. Right, let's move on from that and say the pie chart shows the total percentage of tourist arrivals in India for 2019 as 98.8%. Give a very reason why this value is not 100%. So they're saying here, the total is what? The total of all of these is supposed to be 100%, but they are saying the total, when they've added them all up, it's 99.8%. Well, the reason is simple. They rounded off all these numbers. See, these numbers was 21,1 and other numbers. So they rounded off and put them here, lowering the actual value of the numbers, right? So that's the answer.